Now, it's likely that you've seen a film be announced, you've seen a trailer drop, and you go, who is that for? Why is this coming out? I don't quite get it, but there's never been such a universal reaction to this, or it's like, this is the wrong film coming out at the wrong time with an outdated premise and the worst cast imaginable. I mean, when this Borderlands, first the poster dropped. The poster dropped a couple of weeks ago, and then we had the full trailer release. We got the date for it, February 21st, 2024. Reading out the year for the fact that when was the last time Borderlands was culturally relevant? I hate the Borderlands franchise with a passion. I think that it's a big contributor for the downfall of games, both with its gameplay and with its writing. And then to try to take the premise, try to take that lore-heavy, character-driven, light-on-plot premise to Hollywood at a time where they couldn't write their characters out of a wet paper bag. Oh, it's not going to be good. It's really not going to be good. And then you throw one of the most weirdly casted ensembles over the top of that, and man, you've got a disaster in the waiting. This thing is going to bomb tremendously because, okay, if a Borderlands film came out in, 2012, 2013, somewhere in that time, okay, in a pre-Trump world, a Borderlands film comes out, it probably does reasonably well. I don't know, even with a cast like this, and thanks to the copyrighted music over the top, I can't quite play all of it, so I can have it run in the background, sort of, but you have all of these little, well, also you have the goofy pre-trailer roll in there as well, but you see all of this stuff, okay, and I cannot agree with this more. God, I hate this planet, especially the entertainment planet. I don't get this film coming out right now, and especially with that cast, because, okay, there you go. There's your lead, your female action star. As a self-professed Borderlands detractor, I at least know a little bit about the characters. I played a not insignificant amount of the first one, and then grew incredibly tired of the looter-shooter mechanics and the constant quips. That wasn't my thing at all whatsoever. But that character, the Siren character, the Siren class, is supposed to be a young 20-something quasi-femme fatale. Not Cate Blanchett. Cate Blanchett's pushing 60? Like, what are we doing? And you might have seen a couple of other people pop up in this trailer as well, and it makes you wonder, okay, this is supposed to be young, hip action movie, and you've cast Jamie Lee Curtis, the old poop yogurt lady? Like, what are we doing here? And then you also have the mark of failure over the top of that from the producers of Uncharted, Spooderman, and Venom. Oh, it's a Sony gimmick. Oh, they make really bad films, and oh, they just released a really bad film in Madam Web. Oh no, that's not going to be good at all. And your best joke is that you have a piss wash, and nobody rolled up the windows, and you got pee all over you. And don't worry, guys, we have Jack Black as Claptrap, the anthropomorphic garbage can, the R2-D2 equivalent. Isn't that going to be fantastic? And the way that this trailer is shot, it's like 15 different trailers. Okay, you got what? Suicide Squad, worst parts of Joss Whedon. Okay, funny how he ends up catching so many strays about the current state of Hollywood. But I would just say that the people that try to write, or that try to hack up his script writing, his characterization talents, aren't nearly as talented as him, and instead of just blaming the poor adapters, people just run it back to the source. And yeah, with the trailer, with the copyrighted music over the top of it, well, you could blame a lot of that on Guardians of the Galaxy, another analogy for this trailer, James Gunn, who also gets a lion's share of the blame for, the current state of Hollywood, just putting iconic 70s rock song over the top of it, and that'll make up for our, terrible script. James Gunn, at least when he was doing that with Guardians of the Galaxy, put out a pretty decent film. But it's the hacks in Hollywood, the hacks that will give you the likes of Uncharted, Spider-Man, and Venom. Spider-Man, MCU Spider-Man, the ones that are, generally well regarded, even the Raimi Spider-Man. No. TASM, the Amazing Spider-Man. Oh, yeah, see, it doesn't quite land as well when you give full context. But yeah, if you want to watch this trailer, if you have the stomach for it, you just hear quip after quip after quip after quip. You got tiny girl with bunny ears. You got Kevin Hart at his most Kevin Hart. And then you've also got to take serious a bunch of old women trying to be action stars. Now, for me, it's always egregious enough to try to think that some 90-pound chick's going to beat the brakes off of some 250-pound guy. That's already just a little bit outlandish. But oh no, they got superpowers and stuff. I guess I'll hold my nose on that, but not when somebody also has to stop mid-fight to pop a couple of Centrum Silvers. That's going a little bit too far. And once again, another Hollywood trope in full flight, because they can never ever learn from any of their mistakes. Instead of focusing on making a good film first and foremost, now we're going to try to launch the Borderlands cinematic universe. Like, bro, this thing's going to die on the vine to begin with, and you're already trying to make a universe at a point in time where everybody is just about tired with these connected universes. Not because the concept isn't good, it's just because the writers can't put them together. Ready for the BCU, according to Gearbox founder and CEO Randy Pitchford. Oh god, just go away, Randy. The Borderlands movie is the first entry in the Borderlands cinematic universe, and probably the last as well. In an interview with IGN, Pitchford said, "One of the cool things about the movie, we created a cinematic universe that lives side by side with the video game universe. And of course, the characters are there and authentic, and the themes, and even some of the storylines, but they're independent storylines. So it's going to be a connected universe with independent storylines. Fantastic. But if you're also planning this out to be a multi-part affair where you can eventually all come together and conquer the big bad that is Handsome Jack, why'd you cast two bitches that are pushing 70? Okay, they're not going to be able to see it through to the end of your franchise idea. And you'll see some characters from some of the different parts. You might know from the video games. Are we going to see Butt Stallion? Ugh. It also gives us an opportunity to get deeper and expand a bit. There's a chance that Pitchford might have jumped the gun a little here. You don't say. Sure, sounds like there are plans for multiple Borderlands projects moving forward. If so, they will join the likes of the Marvel Cinematic Universe that is currently going through a retooling. The new DCU, which is about to launch next year. The bizarre G.I. Joe setup for the Transformers Rise of the Beast, and the upcoming Star Wars Mandoverse movie. All of those are just huge hits. For now, let's focus on the first Borderlands movie. Yeah, you probably should, because there are already more red flags in a CCP military drill in that one trailer than anywhere else. So let's not put the horse before the cart, or the cart before the horse. Just trying to, shoe in either a glue factory joke for Cate Blanchett and Jamie Lee Curtis, because I was about tired when all of this stuff dropped last week, where it's like, oh, I really like Cate Blanchett, and she's really talented, and she's great, she's beautiful, but maybe she's kind of, it's like, no, she's ill cast for this role. Like something else that I talk about all the time with these race swapped characters. At some point in time, there's enough with the placating. It's a really talented actor, it's just not the right person for the role. You have to start blaming these people for accepting the roles. I know that this film has been in production hell for a very long time, and maybe when it was greenlit, maybe Borderlands was a thriving franchise, but when did 3 come out? Like, no, the shelf life for Borderlands 3 wasn't all that long. It probably hit its zenith alongside Borderlands 2, and we're coming up on a decade on that one. That's why I say, like, I'm perplexed by this movie coming out right now. If it came out back in the cut when they were first talking about it, that would make more sense. But that would be like right now dropping a Dig Dug movie. Who's wanting that? Could be good, but then again, we've also seen the trailer, so for now, let's focus on the first Borderlands movie. The upcoming release sees Cate Blanchett's Lilith return to her home planet of Pandora to find the daughter of Atlas, Edgar Ramirez, to help with a deadly mission. Lilith enlists the help of soldier Roland, Kevin Hart, wisecracking robot Claptrap, so voiced by Jack Black, I want to die, Dr. Tannis, who is, again, also supposed to be a young character, Jamie Lee Curtis, explosive experts, yes, Tiny Tina, Ariana Greenblatt, yes, Supposed to be an emaciated character, but you got the cute little Ariana Greenblatt. Wonder why she got cast. And Tina's protector, Krieg Florian Montreux. That's the guy with the mask. Early indications are that Borderlands is going to stick closely to Gearbox's madcap series of looter shooters. How are you going to get that across? Because it's a very gameplay-focused franchise. Like I said, is very light on plot, very heavy on lore at a time when Hollywood screenwriters can't do characters, can't do lore, and can barely construct a coherent plot that even is to say, if they get through scripting to begin with. But this will be one to look forward to. Not because anybody's going to go and see it at the theaters. It's just another stark reminder that Hollywood is in store for a lot of flops this year. A lot of bombs. And, well, is it going to contend with 2023? Well, seem to be off to a pretty good start so far, so why would that train stop a-rolling now, especially with Borderlands? So with all that said, thank you all very much for the gift of your time. I've been Don Consuelo. I want you to follow your gut and get after it. Take care, everyone.